Aaron Rodgers recently came into some trouble after he misled some people regarding his vaccination status. With the deaths and arrests of some well-known players, the NFL has definitely had its share of news coverage the past month. Stay tuned to see why. First, let's discuss Aaron Rodgers being fined. An investigation was launched into the Packers' adherence to safety protocols. The investigation on the team comes after Aaron Rodgers tested positive for coronavirus. According to the NFL, the fines for Aaron Rodgers and Allen Lazard are the result of them both going to a Halloween party. It's stated by the NFL that unvaccinated players are prohibited from attending any gatherings that happen to take place outside the team facilities. Their attendance at the Halloween resulted in them getting fined $14,650. The Packers were fined $300,000 for not properly enforcing safety protocols. The lack of following protocols, including allowing Rodgers to not put his mask on during press conferences, as well as failing to discipline the players even after knowing about the events of the Halloween party. When asked about the situation, Packers president Mark Murphy said that the team respected the decision and they know how important it is to follow the rules of the COVID protocols. They also said that they will keep on with educating the team when it comes to how important COVID protocols are, and they'll remain committed to operating the protocols within the team. Then let's discuss what Joe Rogan had to say. Rather than getting his advice from an actual doctor or scientist that has spent time studying the subject, he instead decided to get his advice on COVID from podcast host Joe Rogan. Rogan advised the quarterback to stray away from the Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson vaccines, telling him instead to use ivermectin, which isn't usually used to fight the virus, but is used in most cases to fight off parasites, mostly in animals. Rogan came to Aaron's defense, saying that as opposed to what people think, Rodgers isn't stupid, even going as far as to say he's effing smart, saying that he's following recommendations set from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's website. Rogan also questioned the knowledge of scientists and doctors working on vaccines. Maybe we should expand treatment. Maybe we should look at all these other treatments and what's the most effective, he said. Monoclonal antibodies is insanely effective, Rogan added. Rodgers said that he's been listening to what Rogan has said regarding the virus after Rogan himself came down with it. The Food and Drug Administration has warned people to stop using what Rodgers was using as a vaccine. The side effects of the vaccine are a very long list of not so good things. Next, let's talk about Howard Stern's Aaron Rodgers rant. Howard Stern discussed the Aaron Rodgers situation, and it's safe to say that the talk show host did not care for the medical advice Rodgers received from Joe Rogan. He didn't care for the podcast host or the football player much either. Stern called the football player a scumbag for lying about taking the vaccine and putting people in danger, people who have families. Stern also brought up Rodgers' toe injury, asking if when Rodgers went to get the injury checked out, was it Joe Rogan he went to or an actual doctor? So he goes to doctors for everything else, but on the vaccine he's listening to Joe Rogan, he asked, saying that there needs to be more faith put into science. What are we turning into? Germany? Pre-World War II looking for the Fuhrer? The unvaccinated people are dying. The vaccinated people are not dying unless they have some pre-existing conditions. I've had 3 of these vaccines already and I'm fine, he said in his rant. Stern also said that people need to stop with the Trump BS and asked what happened to the country. Stern's rant went on a bit more with a whole lot of profanity and insults. Let's discuss Aaron Rodgers' response. After the quarterback was met with some criticism, he took to the media to voice his side of the story. Rodgers assured people that he isn't an anti-vaxxer flat earther like many people believe him to be. Rodgers said that he believes strongly in bodily autonomy and people's ability to make choices for their own bodies. Rodgers said that the whole thing put him in the crosshairs of the woke mob. Rodgers claimed that he didn't lie when he said he had been immunized. He simply avoided admitting that he didn't get the vaccine, which he attributed to an ingredient of the Moderna and Pfizer vaccine, and said he wasn't interested much at all in the Johnson & Johnson vaccine due to concerns over the side effects of blood clotting, which is very rare. Rodgers said that he decided to say he was immunized to save himself from the reporters and members of the media who were on, as he says, a witch hunt to find players who weren't vaccinated. Rodgers described himself as a critical thinker, one who marches to the beat of his own drum, one with no interest in pleasing some woke culture. In other news, the Rams were sued by St. Louis. Way back in 1995, the Rams moved from Los Angeles to St. Louis. They would be there for about 21 seasons before going back to Los Angeles. The decision to move back caused St. Louis to sue the NFL and Stan Kroenke, the owner of the Rams, an incredible amount of $790 million. The reasoning behind St. Louis filing the lawsuit is their claim that the move from St. Louis to Los Angeles caused the St. Louis region millions of dollars in amusement, ticket, and earnings tax revenue. The Rams were moved to St. Louis by the owner at the time, Georgia Frontiere, who wanted the team to be attached to her hometown. When she passed away in 2008, the team was handed down to her children, who sold it to Kroenke. In one of his many changes to the team, Kroenke bought a piece of land in Inglewood, California, where he opened SoFi Stadium in September of 2020, a decision that was not met with appreciation by the city city of St. Louis. The stadium, aside from being home to the Los Angeles Rams, is also home to the Los Angeles Chargers. Next, let's discuss the recent string of legal trouble from NFL players. Whenever a celebrity finds themselves in some trouble with the law, it's bound to be a topic that's widely covered with news. That's been the case with some of the NFL players who have had some run-ins with police. Players such as former Jets running back Zach Stacy, who was wanted by police after a highly disturbing video was shown of him viciously attacking his ex-girlfriend in front of their 5-year-old son. A manhunt was launched in order to find the former running back. His ex-girlfriend testified about the incident and called the NFL to confront the reality that players are experiencing PTSD from their time playing pro football. Stacy was not the only one who found himself dealing with police. Everson Griffin posted screenshots of a text between him and his agent, alongside a video of him with a legally purchased gun and an Instagram post that has since been deleted. Police have said that he is refusing to leave his house. This is not the first time Griffin has had troubles with mental health. Psychologists have been sent down, and hopefully they can get the Vikings defensive end all the help he needs. Finally, let's talk about all of the other news regarding the NFL. NFL has teamed up with Dapper Labs, the company that brought NBA Top Shots, to bring a new service to distribute video highlight clips in the form of NFTs, a new service titled NFL All Day. NFL All Day will feature collectible video highlights in a method that is very similar to NBA Top Shot, which is another service provided by Dapper Labs. In other news, Jason Garrett, offensive coordinator, was let go. Not many people were surprised that he was let go, considering the fact that the Giants ranked 25th in points per game. After a loss the team suffered, head coach Joe Judge told reporters, "We have to do a better job of putting our players in position to make plays." It's been reported that Freddie Kitchens, the former offensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, will be stepping in to call plays. Fans content with Kitchens being the new play caller, as the rap sheet he has is one of mostly success. Fans have also spoken on how they hope that quarterback Daniel Jones and running back Saquon Barkley will be used to their full potential now that Kitchens is calling the shots. There's been a lot of things going on in the NFL, new services, new injuries, and legal troubles. It's no doubt that reporters have gotten their work cut out for them this week. While there are many things that the NFL are disappointed about or unhappy with, things like Kitchens calling plays and the Rams settlement being settled gives them something to look forward to. What are you most excited for? And how do you think Kitchens will do with the Giants? Thanks for watching.